Hello everybody. I wanted to do our first ever proper YouTube live stream. Yay! Boop. You guys might be very used to seeing Fudge and I over on TikTok, but I really want to branch out into YouTube. I've loved YouTube just my whole life. It's probably the platform I use the most. And yeah, I just really want to start doing more streams over here. So we're gonna basically just do like a little introductory live stream today, which I'll hopefully be able to save on my page. Because I've basically, to be honest with you, I've been a little bit nervous to branch out into YouTube because in my head it feels a lot more like professional and you really have to bring your A game. Kind of feel a bit more like higher pressure, I guess. But I know that's silly. And there's just like, I know that there's like a whole other community out there waiting for us. And hopefully I can combine that with the lovely people that have already joined the Fudge fandom. So I've basically been live streaming with Fudge now for about maybe like 5 to 6 months, something like that. So a bit about me. I'm a digital designer by trade. So my day job is doing a lot of freelancing design work, but I would absolutely love to make content creation my full-time job because I just feel fired up about it, and I feel like life's too short not to do the things you're fired up about, right? And it does kind of feel like the perfect meshing of like loads of different things I love doing. Like I love photography and filming and cinematography and all that kind of stuff. So the fact that I get to improve upon and create ridiculous sets like I've got going on today. Let me do a little pan out. So I started doing this for Valentine's Day, and I'm basically just gonna like add to it and keep it crazy for like summer and stuff. But yeah, so I feel like it's kind of like the perfect meshing. And yeah, I would just love it if you would come on the journey with me, basically. So basically what I have started to create is just a lot of relaxing live streams where we just have chats about current day topics and things like that, and just have a bit of a laugh, really. A laugh and a chill is basically the vibe I like to create. And I thought I'd just tell you a bit more about little Fudgy today in case this is the first time that you've been seeing him. So so Fudge was already a cat when I started live streaming, but we did get him when he was a kitten. So I think, when did we get him? I think we were like 13 weeks old. I think that's kind of like the standard, from a really lovely breeder who's actually a vet. And he was amazingly trained already. Like he was already trained in like the litter robot, and then the kind of, I was going to say a manual robot. Is that what you'd call? No, a manual litter box. Is that what you'd call it? There's like automatic being the robot and manual being the litter box. So that was really good. And she'd also trained him in the car as well. So I don't know how the hell she did it, but he was amazing. Just like very calm. Like when we went to pick him up, he literally, we thought we were going to have to like, coax him and bribe him somehow into his travel container for the drive. Luckily, the breeder was literally only like a 15-minute drive from us, so it wasn't bad at all. But yeah, as soon we sort of played with him for a bit at her house, and then as soon as we opened the travel case, he literally just like climbed right in it. And then we just took him home, so that was amazing. And yes, he's our first pet that me and my partner Mark have had together. We very much treat him like he's a baby. So he's our little baby, very pampered, very spoiled, but absolutely lovable. Like he deserves all the spoiling in the world. Like he's just such a sweetheart. So that's the kind of things that you can kind of expect from us here. It's just sort of chilled chats about anything and everything, to be honest. Sometimes angry rage. There's rage there, especially in this world, with the way it is. And yeah, but I thought today I could kind of just go over just some general like get to know us kind of stuff. So currently Fudge is around like he's coming up to 22 months old. So he's kind of still in his like teenagery phase is what I'd like to call it. So yeah, definitely not a kitten anymore, but he's still not fully grown yet. As you can see, he's quite a chunky muffin, isn't he? He has got like, I feel like he's got like the face of a baby and then like the body of a little chunky cat. But yeah, he's quite small. He's about 4.8 kilograms, I think, at the moment. And yeah, so he's born in spring. So he's a little springtime baby. So his birthday will be coming up soon, which is really exciting, in April. Do you know what? I felt really bad last year because I fell ill when it was his birthday, and I had all these grand plans of like making him like a cake and like getting all these presents and all this sort of stuff. But yeah, I was so ill that when the actual day came, I was like, I literally do not have the energy to be able to do this. So yeah, hopefully this year will be a lot better. Yeah, for those who don't know, I was quite unwell at the start of last year with cancer, and then I had to go through surgery, and it was just like a really, really long recovery. But I'm doing so much better now. I'm considered cured, which is amazing. So I feel very lucky and privileged to be on the other side of it. But yeah, I think like streaming for me, it meant more than just self-promotion, if that makes sense. It was literally like, because my life became quite small due to illness, and I was also struggling with a neurological issue as well, which took about 2 years to find out what it was. So yeah, there was a lot going on, and yeah, I found like streaming was a real like bridge back to myself, and it also kept the world big, because I think when you are ill your world can really shrink, especially if you have to, you know, get bed rest and, you know, all that sort of stuff. And like sometimes when you're not well, you have to kind of, you feel like you need to shelter yourself away and protect your energy and yourself and that sort of thing. But yeah, but now I feel so much better, and I really want to kind of hit this year, hit the ground running this year is what I'm trying to say. And yeah, things have been going really, really well on my other accounts. I'm on about 4,100 people at the moment, and I've just got the loveliest community over there, which I'm hoping I can bring over to YouTube as well, and meet some more of you guys, because it's honestly been so rewarding and so uplifting through like just such a hard time. So yeah, for anyone listening who's going through a similar difficult time, do know that things can get better, and that there's still a lot of joy out there, because I know that can be hard to remember sometimes. So in terms of favourite toys for our little Fudgy, what is he into? He loves string. I've just been playing with him with some ribbons. I've got some like springtime yellow ribbons that we've just been playing with. So yeah, he loves a good ribbon, loves a good bit of string. What else does he like? I'm trying and failing to teach him how to fetch. So I've got we go out in the garden, so I've got him harness trained, which I know might make me sound like a crazy cat lady, but it's so enriching for him, and I love it. And he really, really loves going outside. So I'm a big gardener. I'll probably be doing some gardening live streams, to be fair, at some point. But yeah, I love going out in the garden. I'm so excited for when spring comes and things can come back to life. But yeah, this little Pudge ball, I got him harness trained, I think when he was about maybe like 16, 17 weeks, like after all his immunisations and neutering, all that kind of stuff. And we just take him into the garden on a harness. I have since purchased a pram. So I do go on walks in the countryside. I've only done that once so far this year because the weather's just been terrible in the UK. But yeah, I will be taking him on more country adventures. So if that's your jam and you want to see a bit more of the English countryside, definitely join my lives. And I'll be trying to post some more videos as well, because one thing I forgot about the English countryside is how terrible like Wi-Fi and just general connections and like satellite connections can be. So live streaming can be a bit difficult. But yeah, so what I could do instead, which probably would work better, is just to have like a camera strapped to me and then just kind of go around like that, really. What's little Fudge doing? He's kind of just like buried his head in the little flower there, hasn't he? I feel like I need to like swoop him around a little bit. I need to give you like a little close up of his little face, don't I? Let me just move his little light. Hello, Papa. Hello, gorgeous. You've got your head all in the flowers. Oh, you're shifting. Okay. Okay, little loaf. We see you. Little Loafington. Yeah. Right. Do you know what? I do need to get this thing put on wheels because I'm constantly just rotating it so I can see him. Just chugging along like a little train. Right, here he is. There we go. That's a bit better, isn't it? Hello, Papa. So we mostly do sleepy time lives with him, mostly because I find them a bit more peaceful and relaxing rather than running around after him. But yeah, we do sometimes do live streams, especially when he's in the garden. We'll do lots of live streams when he's outside, which is super cute. Right, there he is. He's loafing. Great. So what other things about Fudge? So Fudge is... let's do Fudge's worst fears. What is Fudge scared of? We discovered he's actually really afraid of balloons. So on my I think it was my birthday, Mark put up loads of balloons in the kitchen, and we came down the next morning because he put them up the night before, and then we came down the next day, and little Fudge looked so like pale. He looked really pale. He hadn't touched his food, and he just didn't seem himself. And I was like, what is going on with him? So I thought, oh, maybe he's a bit ill. So I started like Googling, what does it mean if a cat has a pale nose, and like all these sort of things, like getting quite worried about him. And then it sort of just dawned on us a bit later that maybe he was just scared of the balloons. So we started removing some of the balloons and stuff that were near his bowl, and then he immediately started eating. There he is. Hello, gorgeous. So it's definitely the balloons that were terrifying him. And like, if you kind of move the balloon or it made a rustle noise or anything, he would just like leg it. So like, okay. But this year, actually, my birthday this year, we did far less balloons and he was fine. He actually like just, sort of sat beside them, and like he wouldn't ever play with them, but he was definitely weirdly okay with it. So that was really, really good to know. Just shining a bit of light down there so you can see his... Hello, gorgeous. Hello, pretty boy. You're beautiful. Yes, you are. You're gorgeous. The other thing he's scared of is the postman. So we're in a rental at the moment, and for some reason we've got a really aggressively loud letterbox. So anytime there's like a delivery or a letter that comes through, it's always just like scares the bejesus out of him. It sounds a bit like a gunshot type sound, like it's a very sort of, very loud, loud sort of noise, which always gives us a bit of a jump. And I think probably the ultimate fear is probably running out of food. That's probably all cats' ultimate fear, isn't it? Other fun facts about Fudge is that he's actually, believe it or not, he's boop immune, which basically means that if I were to tap him on his nose, he doesn't react whatsoever. Shall I show you? There's his little nose. Boop. There's nothing. It's boop immune. And I get asked quite often about what Fudge is. So he's a golden British short hair, and he's shaded because he's got lovely little kind of like black tips to some of his fur, which kind of gives him like an overall biscuity look to him. But yeah, if you look to like closely at his fur, he's got quite a lot of like black, especially like along his spine, and his tail's under him at the moment, but yeah, he's got some on like the tip of his tail as well. He also, I don't think that you can see them at the moment because they're kind of tucked under him, but he also has little black toe beans. I just realised look at his little paws. Look at his little paws just tucked under him. Oh my God, he's too cute. Honestly, I've had him for, almost 2 years now, and I never get over how cute he is. Like, he is just such a sweet boy, such a lovely little cat. Funnily enough, I originally was a dog person, and I was quite scared of cats because as a kid we had a rescue cat whose owner was really abusive to the cat and tried to basically unalive it, and she quite understandably hated all humans after that, and then my mum adopted her. And yeah, she basically just hated us kids. So I'm one of 4. I'm the youngest of 4, and yeah, she basically just hated everyone but my mum. Right, so that's that. And then he's got green eyes. I think you've seen his eyes, haven't you? I think he's opened his eyes this stream. Food that he has been linked to or told that he looks like is a creme brulee, which I definitely see, a croissant, a baguette, a brioche bun, and I think sometimes he looks a bit like a Japanese pancake. These really nice fluffy ones. Especially when he has his winter fur on, he gets like so thick, it's like lovely. And then a lot of people ask me if Fudge is a cuddler. I would say he's definitely more independent. He really loves being next to you and beside you. And if anything, if you're like moving around the house or anything like that, he'll definitely come and follow you. But I wouldn't say that he is much of a cuddler, which is really sad. We're hopefully going to get another cat. We're thinking we might get a ragdoll, because they're kind of, that breed is meant to be quite cuddly, whereas I think British short hairs are less so. I'm just going to bring you guys around here a second. Move the little fudge ball. There he is. I do feel like the streaming on YouTube is a lot more crystal clear. Like, that looks lovely, doesn't it? Does it almost feel like you could reach out and touch him? There he is. He looks very snuggly there, doesn't he? Bless him. What else about little Fudgy could I tell you about? So his favourite napping spot is this this hammock that he's in at the moment. So this is actually part, if I just zoom out for you, this is his cat tree. That's my little light, isn't it cute? Yeah, this is his little cat tree area. This is his hammock. Then he's got like a little hiding area, and then sometimes he does sleep on top of there. But yeah, most of the time he's in this little hammock, which kind of suits me well because it means I can just sort of sit beside him, and that's quite handy. Right, let me just get his little light. It's quite handy having this little stool because it means I can just rest the light just a little bit above him. I feel like lighting is the key to good live streaming. Right, let me just zoom in a little bit more on his lovely little face. There we go. That's good, isn't it? So Fudge isn't much of a talker. He doesn't meow very often, but he does give us lots of slow blinks, which is lovely. Is he just face planting into his hammock? He is, isn't he? But yeah, he often only really talks to us like if he wants to go in the garden, or if he wants food and things like that. Like he's very, very food motivated, bless him. But yeah, he isn't a very talkative boy most of the time. But he does that thing that cats do where they just sit and stare at you and you're like, what do you want? What do you want from me? Just going to turn his little light around. Try and get it a bit on the camera. There we go. Oh, did my crunching of the leaves wake him up a little bit? Oh, there we go. I feel like sometimes he looks like a little kitten and then sometimes he looks like an old man cat. I feel like he's just shifted into kitten mode. This is kitten, isn't it? Oh, look at him. So cute. What else about Fudge? Yeah, fun fact about Fudge. So you know, like there's always that trend that cats are really scared of cucumbers. Like, you know, when people put cucumbers behind cats and they like leap in the air once they see it. He weirdly is the opposite. So like he will, if we're having a cucumber, he will run up to us, sit on our feet and wait until we give him a slice. And then normally what I do is I toss him a bit. And then he'll play with it for a bit. He'll run around, he'll hide it under a rug, and then he'll finally eat it. But yeah, he is oddly really obsessed with cucumbers. And I think he likes the taste of it as well. Like, he loves them. So that's super fun. He's a British Shorthair, so he isn't the most like agile or athletic cat. But he definitely does get his zoomies. Like, I think because I always live stream when he's asleep, I think a lot of people just assume he's asleep all the time. But yeah, he definitely does have his... Just get his little tail up. Yeah, you're sitting on your tail, Bubba. Yes, you can sort of see what I'm talking about, like the darker black colours there through his fur. What was I saying to you? Oh, zoomies, yeah. So he'll often have like zoomies in the early morning and then in the evening. So kind of just as we're waking up, he'll get zoomy. Throughout the day, he's quite sleepy, and then he'll start getting zoomy probably around like 9 p.m, like just as we're about to go to bed and start settling down. Yeah, I feel like he sort of times it badly in a way, because when we're awake to actually play with him, that's when he's sleepy. Excuse me, sorry, I think napping's making me tired. That is actually one thing that I get often, is that because I think TikTok can be quite a loud place sometimes. There's a lot of like yelling at people to give you money and weird things like that. So I think it's quite unusual to have a more sort of quiet, calm channel, which is definitely more my vibe. So a lot of people say that it is quite a sleepy stream. So yeah, if it's a place that if you want something in the background to fall asleep to or just chill to, I feel like this channel is definitely good for that. Also, really excitingly, I'm working on some more like visual effects. So I'm very much, I don't know what kind of person you'd call this, but I'm very much like on to the next thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm always trying to get better. I always want to improve things. And I always want to grow and just get stuck in, basically. And one thing that I would really love to do is, which we're working on at the moment, is having more kind of like visual effects and that sort of thing. So there's some really exciting things coming up this year for me. So definitely stay tuned. But yeah, I kind of want to go down more this kind of relaxation path and having like giving something back to the community and making it like a place where your mental health can restore itself and you can just have a bit of a break from a busy day. I think that would be really like rewarding. Also, one thing that Fudge really loves is packages. Like most cats, he friggin' loves a cardboard box. So yeah, if you ever get a parcel or anything like that, you definitely will get, won't we? A little Fudgy coming up to say what's in the box. It's actually really fun because Mark doesn't really get that excited when I get something new, but Fudge does. So I get to like unbox things with him. And I feel like he really does enjoy that. So he's like my little shopping buddy. Yeah. But I'll probably leave you guys there, as we're coming up to about half an hour. But I just wanted to basically just introduce ourselves, really. I'm going to try and do a lot more live streaming here. I think it's quite, what I'm finding on YouTube, it's quite a different vibe. So with my other streaming, there's so many people going by and stuff that it feels a bit more easy to kind of find your community in a sense. And I feel like it's kind of a bit like starting again when you start on a new app. So I kind of just want to have this as kind of my first jumping off pad type thing. But I'll definitely be doing a lot more live streams. I'm going to try and do at least one a week over here, and I do them every other day on TikTok as well. So if you're seeing this and you want more Fudge content, definitely follow me over there as well. Yeah, I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you've really enjoyed getting to know me and Fudge a little bit better. And yeah, if you're wanting chilled vibes, I hope you can have this on in the background. But yeah, comment, you know, if you have a cat or what your favourite thing about little Fudgy is. Did you learn something new about us? Have you been following us already and did you learn something new? But yeah, just sending lots of love to everybody today. I hope you're having a wonderful day. And yeah, I hope to see you soon. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, bye. Bye from me and Fudgy.